Gabriel is the divine messenger, the archangel of communication. He comes with his trumpet and scroll, as well as two gentle sparrows, signifying powerful yet peaceful expression. On his chest he wears the crest of Mercury, the god of communication. This loving angel carries the sacred words of truth into the world and brings them easily to you. Destiny. Honored and humbled, we all are entrusted with the human legacy, the opportunity to generate light, peace, love, and beauty in this magnificent Garden of Eden, Mother Earth. Each of us is born with a destiny, a purpose written before we even took our first breath. It is the unique thread that we contribute to the whole of life, but we must always be in a state of becoming. Though we cannot change what we are always changing who we are. We promote our potential into the actual and seek the wisdom of others along the way. Do you have a mentor or teacher? Do you recognize the wealth of lived experience around you? That of the living as well as that of our ancestors. You are never alone. Great Spirit has been with you all along. If you can be anything you desire, what does that look like? What makes your unique light shine the brightest? Find where the wild ones meet, that timeless realm of spirit and love from which we all were born. All it takes is pure silence and an open heart. Should you stay or should you go? This is what you've been wondering of late. You want to throw in the towel, but if you do, are you running away from your responsibilities? Perhaps you should preserve and carry on. It might get better. But what if it doesn't? If a situation is not serving you as it should, if are not being appreciated, then surely it's time to leave. However, as you have put in so much time and energy, it may be a mistake to leave before you reap the rewards. You can stay in the warmth of your current comfort zone or gamble it all away on a leap into the unknown, which might eventually lead you to adventurous and wondrous people, places, and things that will fulfill your soul's dreams and desires. Only you can decide whether or not to take a risk, but it's time to roll the dice. When one thinks of gambling or rolling the dice with death, they ask themselves, if I leave, the stakes are high, a chance to live, to soar and fly. And if I stay, what would I do? To what I know, I would be true. Death is an illusion. It's a fact of life that the human body we use to travel the earth must eventually stop working. It's not meant to exist forever. The energy and consciousness that inhabited that body is free and returns to its natural home, but it never abandons us. Learn to view death as merely a change, and everything must change, because stagnancy extinguishes progress. The same is true for a relationship or a career. A soul lesson may be completed, and it is time to move beyond this point of familiarity and expand into new horizons of learning and development. This is a wonderful opportunity to thank those other souls in your life who have shared part of your path and taught you so much. Because death is all about you learning that endings are merely beginnings. The ancient guardian mother protects the waters of life and offers her protection and blessing. Her appearance augurs a time of purification and cleansing, leading to enhanced fertility. You are a creator of new consciousness, a generator of positive energy, as fuel for your constructive outcomes. We need your vitalized being to keep nourishing the human collective with helpful alternatives to mainstream consciousness. You will be protected and supported at the deep level of soul in order to become the creator and custodian of a clean reservoir of consciousness from which souls thirsty for purity, relief, and love can drink. The Ancient Mother will help you to help her and the many creatures within her care. She will help you to be fearlessly inventive with your loving creations of healing consciousness. The Pleiadians are a group of star beings dedicated to raising the vibration of the planet and sharing new consciousness through creations and technology. They have been incarnating on Earth since near the beginning of humanity. You are a soul who has a double mission: to grow at soul level and to raise the vibration of the planet. If you have been called to write, speak, or channel, this is your sign to keep doing it. Your work is divinely guided. Of all of the souls, Pleiadians are the chattiest, and so perhaps you have already started channeling some of this work into the third dimension. Thank you for doing your part in the great plan. Your presence and unique light is needed. What's happening is there is a transmission of light taking place by way of death. You know, it's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations, to take a moment from your busy schedule, to get off the treadmill of life, to appreciate and acknowledge all that you have created, achieved, released, or experienced before rushing on to the next thing. To be in the moment and enjoy where you are. To take a breath and regather your mind, body, and spirit. To recalibrate, appreciate, and celebrate. To decide on what you really want to experience next. If you take a moment, you are not going to miss out. Perhaps you have just completed a big project, manifested something significant in your life, released an old way of being, or just being burning. I almost feel like you're burning out. Or maybe just been burning the candle at both ends. Now is the time to take some time out before rushing on to the next thing. It's time to take a break and take a breath. You are being called to let your intuition move you physically. You are connected to a group of souls who are weaving a web around the planet. And as you travel and share your creations, something is rethreaded. This card is an acknowledgement that you are either being called to connect with others who are like you at a soul level, or that you already are. You are being called to gather groups of people, either by leading them or becoming part of a group that can support you in your soul's personal mission. You are part of a group of souls who agreed to be here at this time in history. Again, you are part of a group of souls who agreed to be here at this time in history, to heal yourself, your ancestral line, and the planet, to raise consciousness so that you can contribute and continue to call this magnificent place home for eras to come. One of many consciously choosing to devote your life to something greater than yourself. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice and letting yourself be seen. When you share what is real and true to you, and you share the medicine that you most need, those who are like you will gather around you. You are your tribe. They are just like you. And just as you are longing and searching for them, they are longing and searching for you too. The Nature Kingdom is a magical place in which all our answers are held for us. Luminous green dragons help us to read these answers. So if you can sit quietly in nature, call a green dragon and ask for guidance. The green dragon helps you to tune in to the secrets of nature. Receive answers and guidance from nature so that you can align and be aligned with your divine essence. All answers lie within nature, and every single thing we need while on earth is provided for us in the natural world. Fifth dimensional green dragons touch our psychic centers and help us to tune in to the sacred geometry in the trunks of trees, the petals of flowers, the shells of snails, and everywhere in Master Pan's kingdom. These are the keys and codes that bring us in tune with our divine essence. When we are fully aligned with our fifth dimensional blueprint, we are automatically whole and healed. You know, being cooped up is not the natural way for inhabitants of this exciting planet to live. Believe me, there's plenty to see and experience when you exit your four walls and roof. A daily venture outside will not only revive your spirit and soul, it will give you hope and faith in this planet's very existence and future. You'll see all the goodness that's in store within nature. The flowers ready to unfurl, the leaves that are sprouting, the birds that hop about, and even the wind that affectionately caresses you. Don't let another day go by without stepping outdoors into this most entertaining and exciting of environments. Phrenology, another word for certainty. If your days are filled with aimless activity and your head is filled with pointless internal chatter and inconsistent plans, stop a while and turn down the volume. When you give in to rest and silence, you are more likely to hear the information your guides are trying to give you. As you try to ascertain what you should or should not do, use your own head rather than accepting the first piece of advice you're given. Think logically, as it's time to rely on good old-fashioned common sense. Stability in your life is required, so make concrete plans, seek expert advice, and research carefully what you need to know to be certain about your next move. If you do so, the outcome will be successful without a doubt. But you must first begin to say to yourself and declare, "The chatter in my mind's a din, so I'll meditate journey in." Surrender to silence and listen well to guides who wait with truth to tell. Love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. Rumi. Death is all about the impossible made possible. She spins the great earth goddess upon invisible strings amongst a wildly pulsating ballet of life. Stars are born, live and die all around her. Life moves in constant flux, and still she spins in her great, loving, constant pirouette. How can this be? All of creation is born from nothing. Out of endless silence and darkness, light emerges. What strange magic is this? The sun heats the solar system and burns with the power to destroy life, yet it is a force by which life is sustained. Surely this makes no sense and cannot be. We dance in the realm of the impossible made possible constantly, you and I. We are so engrossed in it, so familiar with it, and yet blind to it that these constant impossibilities happening in every moment fail to inspire us. Yet, what are your biggest, boldest, most extraordinarily impossible dreams compared to this great impossibility of life itself? They are but tiny seeds in the Creator's masterful hand, being now planted in the heavenly garden. Yes, they are being planted right now, for the moon tells us the time is right. Most tenderly shall they be watched over, nurtured into fullness according to the season. Yes, that growth is assured. The impossible is now made possible.